Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to Sniper Elite 5, where today we will be looking at the new roadmap for Season 2. So, without further ado, let's get into this. First off, we got the Rough Landing Mission and Weapon Pack, which includes the Rough Landing Mission, Mauser M712 Rifle, and Sjorgen Semi-Automatic Shotgun. The Rough Landing mission has Carl infiltrate a German-held valley in order to save some US pilots who've been shot down by the Germans and are now in hiding. It is very similar to Reggiolino Viaduct from Sniper Elite 4, so if you like that mission, which you obviously do, you'll like this one. The Mauser M712 is a weapon that Rebellion will never go a game without, so like the Delisle from the first season pass, this kind of acts like the major draw that will get people into buying the pass for the immediate and rewarding reward of the Mauser M712. However, having said this, the Mauser is a little bit mid in this game. It isn't bad by any means, but it isn't as good as the Kar98 or the Springfield, which it directly competes with, and sadly is probably the worst Mauser we've had in a Sniper Elite game yet. We also get the Sjorgen shotgun, which breaks my heart a little, as I always wanted the true Chad of the shotgun race, the Browning A5, to be the first semi-auto shotgun in a Sniper Elite game, but this most magnificent honour has been viciously stolen from our hero by the Sjorgen. The Sjorgen performs very well. It doesn't feel like it's taken too much of a hit on the range or the damage stats in return for its excellent fire rate, so, you know, I begrudgingly recommend that you use this thing because it is quite good. The second pack includes the Johnson M1941, which was a US semi-automatic rifle with a 10-round rotary magazine. Never really used by the Americans, especially not in the West, the Johnson was as reliable as a rushed Bethesda title, but it was the coolest looking thing I've ever seen. I reckon when this thing is added, it'll sit between the G43 and the RSC in terms of power, as currently there's a bit of a gap in between these weapons, so the Johnson will hopefully smooth things out a bit. We also get new characters in this pack, presumably reskins of Carl and Monica. I think the different outfits for the same character approach is pretty smart, but by God, why does Monica have to be the second character? What was wrong with the alpha male Harry Hawker? If they needed it to be a female second character, what about Marie or Rosa Petrovna from Sniper Elite 4? Why Monica? Nobody likes Monica. We also get a new camouflage skin for our weapons. Hopefully this one will be good. To Rebellion's credit, I think that the Arctic camouflage is really good, like visually, but there are no snow maps in this game, so hopefully the next camo will be something that looks good and is useful. The third pack contains what looks like an Aris Sakura, which is lovely, as this now finally rounds out the Japanese weapons in this game, allowing you to run a whole full Japanese loadout of Aris Sakura, Type 100 and Nambu. It also marks the return of the Aris Sakura, which was absent in Sniper Elite 4, but was a top tier rifle in both Sniper Elite V2 and Sniper Elite 3. So hopefully it'll be just as good in Sniper Elite 5, although with the current midness of the Mauser, I'm apprehensive on that one. We also get the grease gun returning from Sniper Elite 4, with the stock extended this time because Rebellion loves to innovate. I don't know if it's just the stroke on the question mark interfering with the grease gun's silhouette on this image, but that barrel looks way too long to me. We also get another character skin in this pack. And finally, in the fourth pack, we get a new mission set in what looks like a bunker, new weapon skins, new character skins, and finally the Mauser M712, which has a stock on it this time. This silhouette definitely shows an M712 because of the capital F fat magazine on it, which is a bit of a shame to me, as I think they could have done something good by giving us a C96, and then allowing us to modify it into an M712. We've known we would get an M712 since launch, as it's one of the little pictures in the skill tree. It shows a German soldier with one, so it's nice to know we're getting it now. Although I must say, the German soldier does not look like his has a shoulder stock, which means that, presumably it means that it comes with a shoulder stock by default, but you can take the shoulder stock off. But it seems to me like it should be the other way around. It should come with no shoulder stock, and then give you the option to put one on. But the silhouette in this image definitely shows one with a stock on it. Now it's time to make some educated guesses about what we might get next season, or indeed this season if they choose to add some more weapons for free, which, you know, they did last season with the Enfield, and they've already done some free weapons with the Gustav and the Derringer, so I don't know if we'll get any more for free, but we'll see. The arrival of the Sjorgen means that the Browning A5 probably won't make it into this game, which is a shame, but I think having the nice rounded out roster of one brake action, one semi-auto and one pump action is quite nice, and I wouldn't really want to pollute it with a second semi-auto. There is still room for a sawn-off shotgun though, so let us keep our fingers, toes and other appendages crossed. The presence of the Johnson indicates that, for the first time ever, we might not get a Garand in this game. Every single American in the world is going to pull out their 1911-45 here and blow their brains out, but it is a shame, but I don't really mind. Other than the ping, the Johnson does what the Garand does and looks cooler whilst doing it. The Aris Sakura rounds out the Japanese loadout, which means we must look towards what other loadouts need rounding out, and it brings to my attention that the RSC and Model D are missing a French submachine gun to keep them company. The obvious answer would of course be the MAS 38, which would fit quite well with the somewhat strange weapons roster that Sniper Elite 5 is building with its DLC weapons. As for other weapons, fan favourites like the Carcano and ZH-29 and easy cash grabs like the Wolfer PPK are still yet to be seen. Thank you everyone for watching the video. Remember to like, subscribe and comment. It costs you nothing and it's a great way to help out the channel. Stay safe and goodbye.